Claude Code can now do your lead generation for you on repeat, but only if you build the right skills and system. I mean, actually find your prospects, write outreach, qualify them, build a capture system, basically all of it. In fact, we've used this exact setup in Landbot to build lead generation pipelines in under an hour. Systems that used to take days of manual work, of outreach writing, tool configuration, all now in a couple of hours. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the entire setup so you can have this lead generation system running in Claude Code while you focus on closing those leads. Let's get into it. When most people hear AI for lead gen, they might think like writing better emails or cleaning up a list. That's like driving a sports car to the mailbox. What I'm about to show you is a complete funnel, outbound and inbound running as one system. Claude Code handles the outbound, finding prospects, writing personalized emails, driving traffic to our landing page. Landbot captures that traffic along with every organic visitor and qualifies them in conversation. Then Claude Code takes over again to score the leads and build sales prep briefs on the hot ones. This isn't a skill. This is actual work getting done. Let me show you the setup. Okay, so here is the workspace. Basically, ignore this CSV file folder here because I used it for just to do some testing. Basically, you just have a folder, in this case called lead gen demo, and you have this claude.md file created. This file basically teaches Claude about your lead gen playbook. If I double click on it, you will see here information like the ideal customer profile, the tools, the research flow, how you work, the playbook. This file was done by Claude, but I just gave it all this information. Now, side note, as you will see, I'm using Cursor here. Cursor is an app used basically by developers. I'm just using it as the interface. I'm not a developer, so I find it to be more user-friendly than having all this all laying around. But to use it in Cursor, basically I have here the folder, the lead gen folder, with the claude.md file that is just here that we open it. To open it, the terminal here, just double click on the folder and open an integrated terminal. Here you will type Claude and it would open up. Another thing is that I launch Claude using Claude here, typing Claude. If I type Claudia instead of Claude, it will launch a Claude version that will bypass permissions. And I haven't had any issues just yet. So going back to the claude.md file. And this file, you write it once, you have it in the folder, and Claude will use it as context to basically do the tasks that you propose to it. You will not have to write the ideal customer profile each time you're talking to Claude. Claude will automatically read that file when you give him a task and will have this context. I won't have to re-explain the ideal customer profiles, the scoring rules. Claude just knows it based on this claude.md file in the folder. And in practice, as I mentioned, I might have plenty of different tabs open. Claude doing in one the research, on the other one the outreach. You can have as many as you want. It's like you're the orchestrator, not the worker. Okay, so this is the infrastructure. Now, let me show you what is actually possible. Let's build this lead gen pipeline with Claude Code. So let's start with outbound. We're gonna ask Claude Code to find 8 prospects that match our ICP that is found inside the claude.md file. We're gonna tell him, find me 8 prospects matching the ICP in claude.md, follow the research flow defined in claude.md, and save the results in a CSV file. So I'm gonna click on send, and it's gonna start working. As you can see, I'll research 8 European B2B SaaS prospects matching the ICP that is found inside the claude.md file, as I mentioned. So Claude, as you can see, is searching in the web. It's pulling candidates, companies, visiting their websites. It's already telling me I have one candidate from Berlin. So it's basically going all over the web and looking for those ICPs, those leads. Okay, so now it's writing the CSV file with the information Claude gathered. Great, so as you can see, it did the test. So it saved 8 prospects to CSV prospect batch with the date on it, and also logged the running activity.md. So it created a new .md file with a little bit the activity of it. And basically the list is these 8 ICPs. It also flagged a couple of things. I already did a test before the video, so it flagged that Kestra was already in your existing prospects CSV file. So I swapped it for content. 5 of the 8 have no emails. In this case, I would recommend connecting to maybe a tool like Apollo or Clay to enrich those leads and find those emails. Or You can obviously at the end try and find it manually, but it's fine. Great. So if we have a look at the file, we're going to open up the Finder, and if in CSV, you'll see this new batch today. And if we look here, you will see the 8 prospects, with the website, the contact name, the role, the LinkedIn, which is important if we want to do some outreach there. The email is in blank. That's fine for now. And 1 sentence insight. Okay. So for each prospect in the CSV file that you created, write a short personalized outreach message using the 1 sentence insight field that created before. Keep it under 80 words, 1 CTA, book a 15-minute call, or go to landbot.io/demo. In there, we will have a chatbot built with Landbot to capture also organic leads and score them, and save this information into this outreach.csv file, 1 row per prospect. So we click on send. It's going to do the work, create another CSV file with this personalized outreach message. Let's see. So it's reading 1 file. Great. The one that it just created with these 8 prospects, and it's thinking. So Claude is reading each prospect's insights and writing a personalized message for them. There's no template, mail merge, or anything like that. So it's writing the CSV file as we speak. It updated activity.md, which is fine for context, and it's done. 8 messages saved to CSV outreach batch. So if we open up Finder again, we will see it's this one here, and it created the outreach message, the subject for each one of the 8 prospects that found before. Each message is personalized for the company. So now I've got outbound running, which is good. Personalized emails driving prospects to my landing page. But those prospects aren't the only people landing there. I've also got organic traffic, paid coming in. So both or all of the groups need to get captured the moment they hit the page. Let me show you how. So this is an example of a page that I was referring to, the landbot.io/demo page, for example, or a landing page. In here, a lot of traffic comes in. It can come from paid ads, search, organic traffic from the emails. So in here, we have this chatbot here, or AI agent, that basically guides the user, qualifies it. I'm going to say, what can I help you with? I'll be very brief. Let's see what happens. But lead gen chatbot, and it's gonna work its magic and ask questions. Now, what I want to show you is that obviously when I refresh, a lot of companies get into this trap where instead of having a chatbot, they might have a form. I mean, if it's a long form, good luck, because no one will fill that up. But if it's just name and email, you submit it, okay, fine, you get that information, but there's no qualification in time. And that's what's good about chatbots, that you're able to qualify, ask questions. It's a conversation. So you get this qualification in time, and you can even book a call. We're going to look at this now when I show you the bot that I built, but you can actually book a call in here in the actual conversation. So I already have a chatbot created here with Landbot. This is a side-by-side view. Here you have the final result of this chatbot, and this is the builder, the Landbot builder. Let me walk you through the bot. I used Claude Code to build this chatbot here, just to give me an outline of the different flows and how it could look like. And I just built it in the Copilot. It was fairly quick, the Landbot Copilot. So basically, the bot starts and we have an ask a question. So, hey, thanks for stopping by. What brings you here today? There are UTM terms you can use in the URLs to affect the actual chatbot that you have on the page. This is a bit more advanced, but it's called hidden fields. Just plugging it in here so you understand that if I change this and the UTM is, for example, carrots, we'll say here, interested in carrots. So you're able also to personalize the experience, just the first experience. And this interested in, the actual chatbot, the AI agent will know about it. So if it's for an outreach email, you might have this UTM term differently and you get this personalized experience everywhere. So just wanted to plug that in here. So going back, we have this ask a question as I mentioned, and we're going to save whatever the user says here in this first message variable. Once the user types, so what brings you here today, I'm going to say, I want to book a call with the sales team. I'm going to click on send. It's going to jump into an AI agent. Now, this AI agent has its instructions, context, its different conversation phases, script paths. This was done also by Claude. It helped me prompt this, and it has the qualifying questions. So the objective, team size, timeline, etc. So it's going to store all this information under all these variables here that we're going to later use to save. So happy to help you with that. Before I can I get to the right person, full name and email address. I'm going to type nick@test.com. This is a test email. You could have in the instructions to test email, like they're not real, whatever. You can have the AI agent to check for that. So it says, okay, thanks, Nick. So it's going to ask some quick questions, the qualifying questions. Again, in the instructions, you could tell the AI agent in this case to ask them one by one. I didn't specify that. That's fine for me. This way we go quicker as well. So I'm going to say 1 to 10. What's your expected timeline within 30 days? Have you used any similar tools before? Yes, I'm going to say Drift. And are you looking for a solution right now? I'm just researching. Okay, so now the agent will gather all that information and store it in these different fields. So name, email, team size, timeline, etc. And it's going to also create a score. So as you can see, it has two outputs, fully qualified or user refuse or skips. In this case, I was fully qualified because I did answer all the questions. Now it went through an AI task log. This AI task log basically writes a short sales prep brief for our sales team that is stored under the variable sales brief with all the information that the AI agent gathered. This is going to go connected to a Google Sheets. Now this Google Sheets is this one here. And if we look, we get a new line on this Google Sheets. I'm using Google Sheets as the CRM in this case. Obviously, you might want to use your own CRM, whether that's HubSpot, Pipedrive. We do have plenty of native integrations in Landbot, as you can see here, or you can connect it to Zapier to connect it to your own custom CRM, or if that custom CRM has API capabilities with the webhook block, you can connect basically to anything and send that information over there. So as you can see, I also send the transcript of the conversation for context. And here is the sales brief that the AI task block created. Obviously, you might make it look a bit better, this Google Sheets. I'm not a Google Sheet expert, but that's fine. We got the information. So now basically it's asking, no, thanks at name. Would you like to book a call with our sales team? So I'm going to click on yes for this case. If a user might not want to do that, then there's the goodbye message. So you would book a meeting, and here is the Calendly integration. You would just select a date and a time. I'm just going to skip for now, and then it would just go through the red path. Event canceled, no problem. We'll reach out to you via email. Thanks. Now think that this full page chatbot could actually be on your landing page embedded. It could be in the form of a live chat. Once you're done with the chatbot, if you click on launch, you can decide here how you want this to be embedded. As a live chat, full page, embed, or pop-up. Or you can share it as a link, which would be like a full page bot. Now, in terms of design, you can also here, if you go into the design, you can design the actual chatbot, and whether that's with a design template or like changing the background, the font, or we have the custom code that if you're actually using Claude Code, this is very powerful. You can add CSS written by Claude. You just copy paste it here, or custom scripts with JavaScript. With Claude, you can do amazing stuff. Honestly, I'm just using here the basic template, but you can do a bunch of incredible stuff in terms of design. So now, once the chatbot is done and embedded on the page, every visitor, whether that's outbound, organic, paid search, whatever, is captured and pre-qualified by this Landbot flow. Now, the leads are in. What does Claude Code do now? Let me show you. So Landbot gave us basically a full list of qualified leads in this Google Sheets. And this is where Claude Code does its sort of like second shift. Two things. One is score the fresh leads from this Google Sheets stock. So basically, if we go back to cursor, I'm going to open up an integrated terminal, Claudia. We're gonna tell Claude to read the Google Sheet from this URL, the Google Docs. Make sure that the share settings are open to view or editor. This way Claude can go in and look for the information. And based on the score column, tell me how many you would land as hot leads to nurture. Now it's gonna go into Google Docs. It's fetching all that information from the Google Sheets document, and it's gonna, based on the score column that Landbot scores the conversation, it's gonna tell me which ones land as a hot lead, nurture, or should go to our newsletter. As you can see, that based on the score, this one should be considered hot leads. This one's to nurture based on the scoring. So hot leads 3, nurture 1, and newsletter 1. And there is one unscored. Score cell is blank. We can double check that. As I mentioned, 3 hot leads. What does Claude Code do now? Obviously, Claude has more information than the one gathered from the Landbot chatbot. So basically what we're going to tell Claude now for those 3 hot leads is that to build a proper sales brief, follow the enrichment flow from the claude.md file, output one markdown file for lead name brief, include company one-liner, what they told the bot, probable pain points, 3 talking points, and 1 validating question to ask them. This is really useful for the sales team. So gonna click on send, and it's gonna start creating that file for those 3 hot leads. It's gonna go into their website. Now it flagged that 2 of those 3 leads is the ones that I tested before. So obviously not gonna be able to test the domain or find names because it was just a test. And it's really cool that Claude was able to understand that. So it's gonna look for this one, Ana Garcia, go into fintechflow.io, web search. It's asking me basically questions, no? So a few ways to proceed. Which one do you want? Build briefs from the transcript data only. Treat these as frictional personas for the demo. You pull me to the real hot leads. So it's asking me this question. So we're gonna just go with option 1 as Claude was recommending. So I just actually typed 1 and that's it. But now it's gonna build a brief from the bot transcript data. Great, so it created this .md file for Ana Garcia based on the chat transcript and information from the internet. And it's gonna do the same with Nick example, which is, we can actually see it here. So sales brief, email score submitted, what they told the bot, probable pain points, 3 talking points, and validating questions. Great, this is very useful for sales. At this point, we got a full system, outbound, inbound, qualification, scoring, all in one pipeline. Whole point of this is that it gets smarter over time. And I want to show you a feature from Landbot. Obviously, you could use Claude here, and you should use Claude here to ask it questions. Is this working? Is this not? Share information. But we do have inside Analyze in Landbot, we have Flow Analytics. You can actually see in the chatbot where users are dropping. Obviously, this chatbot is just a test. It doesn't have that much information, but you can see, for example, here, 2 users took this path. That's 100% from the previous block. You can see how many users drop, where they drop, and you can export this as a PNG, exporting flow, and you can share this with Claude, and Claude will sort of like help you out with the Landbot flow and what you should do in each step. Why do you think they're dropping? So have it sort of like as this companion. You can also go into Claude each week. Let's say it's Monday morning. The Landbot chatbot has been working the whole weekend. We go here, we type Claudia or Claude in your case, depends, and you tell him just go to Google Sheets, you paste the URL, and it would go into Google Sheets and basically look at the information and just write those sales briefs for those hot leads based on the scoring of the Landbot bot. This system, this funnel for us has been working extremely well, and it's just super easy, super fast, and it's just amazing. So now you've got the full system from research to capture to qualification to optimization. And if you want to go deeper into the AI side of lead generation, I recommend you watch the video up here where my colleague Irene basically walks you through how to use Claude Code as a co-pilot for lead generation. Strategies, prompts, workflows that are basically working for us on autopilot and that I'm pretty sure will be very helpful for you as well. That's basically it. I'm Nick for Landbot, and I'll see you in the next one.